Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. We're going to talk about a quick update on my pregnancy journey, and then we're also going to do a Q&A. So on my Instagram story, I posed a question, ask me anything, and you guys actually asked me questions. I was so shocked. I'm like, nobody wants to know anything about me, but yes, you guys had a lot of questions, and someone asked a specific question for a specific person, and that person is going to make a guest appearance and answer for themselves. So stay tuned to the end. So let's just jump right into it. So the first question, which I really love, was basically, how are you feeling? How are you doing? So yes, we're going to be transparent. And when I found out that I was having twins, I definitely had that twin shock up until probably a couple of days ago, seriously. In my mind, my expectations, even though with everything that was going on with us trying to conceive, I knew how to be pregnant and bring a child into this world. Maverick was a great pregnancy. So I had those expectations, like, I don't need to read the books, I don't need the app, this is not my first rodeo, like, we're good. But then you find out you're having two babies at the same time and your whole world changes. So I did have a lot of fear, fear of the unknown, fear, financial fear, space fear. We're like, oh my goodness, this house is so small. It's really not. Just all the anxiety I definitely have. Like I said, up until like a couple of days ago, I just been processing basically those emotions. And because the reason why I knew I was going through those emotions, because I was stagnant. So for those who don't know me, I am a planner. I like to plan things through. With Maverick, I definitely had his reveal, baby shower, and first birthday like planned out. And so when we found out we were having twins, there was no baby shower, there is no nursery, there's no planning to be done. And basically I came to the realization that I was not moving, and it was because I didn't accept the fact that I was having twins, because all of these other factors were going on in my head. So now I am allowing myself grace to accept the fact that I am having twins, and that I am creating two lives at the same time. So I'm not going to be able to move and function the same way I did with Maverick, because 5 months in to being pregnant with Maverick, I was still in the streets. Like, I was still in Vegas for my cousin Christina's bachelorette party, like at the club. I think it was 5.5 months pregnant. But now I could barely go to a family function without being like, what time it ends? Because I'd be tired. I literally go to sleep when the sun goes down. Anyways, so yeah, that whole accepting the twins and that mind shift has taken me a little longer. And another thing that really helped me get to this place of now I can start doing things, is because that I had to remind myself that God is orchestrating all of this. Like, he knew that I was going to be pregnant at this time. He knew everything that was going to go on around me. He knew that we were going to struggle, and like I said in that other video, provide the promise and the overflow with Mila and Marley at the same time. So I'm constantly like reminding myself, literally every day, every second, that I am created to do this. God gave me this blessing, this promise, and he wouldn't give it to me just to leave me out there to dry. So he's literally behind the scenes making everything work out, and everything will work out for my good. So that is how I am doing and feeling right now. It's a great place to be, because those other 17 weeks was a struggle and I didn't want to do anything. But now I'm at the place where I have started my registry, thanks to Jamie. I have thought of colors for the nursery. I have thought about, you know, where they're going to sleep and how we're going to operate and how we're going to make that switch. So yes. Okay, next question. What do you eat? Okay, so the last video I told you how I literally did not eat anything and I lost 12 pounds. But now we're in the second trimester and I eat everything. And this was another struggle for me, because if you didn't know, before I got pregnant, I was plant-based. So that's no meat, like no seafood, no chicken, no nothing. And so I planned on doing the same thing when I got pregnant. But then we found out we're having twins. And so my appetite is through the roof, because I am creating 2 lives at the same time. So that's something else that I had to give myself grace to allow myself to enjoy food and eat whatever I want to eat. And it is okay if I choose to eat meat at this point, and then once I have Mila and Marley, if I decide to go back to plant-based, like, that is okay. And another YouTuber helped me with that, because she was vegan and then she got pregnant with twins and she never felt full, and so she ended up, you know, eating meat again, and then she went right back after she had it. So that was good to hear. Like, stop being so hard on yourself. That's a nugget to everybody. Someone asked me, do the twins fight? So we're gonna cast that down right now, because I never dealt with sibling rivalry, like never in my life. So I am praying against that right now, and they're gonna love each other. Maverick loves them already, so we're gonna cast that down. But we did have an ultrasound the other 2 weeks ago. I blame it on the tech though, the nurse tech, because she was trying to find the heartbeat and she couldn't. She's been messing up since day one. The first time we had a doctor's appointment, she only found 1 heartbeat and like packed up her stuff, and we were like, hey miss, there's another baby. And then she was like, oh okay. And then this second time she was digging into my stomach. It was the worst pain ever, trying to find these heartbeats, and she couldn't find it. And then we had to go to the ultrasound room, and so Marley did push Mila on the screen because Mila got a little too close to her. But I think she was just like, she was mad at that ultrasound tech for hurting me. That's really what it was. But yes, I did see her kind of push her out the way. The next question, oh, do you feel them kicking? So I define kicking like as hardcore, like a punch. And other people can feel it and see it and all of that. So they are not at that stage yet, but I do feel flutter kicks. Like I can feel them moving around, but they're not necessarily kicking me yet. And it is a weird feeling because you feel it on both sides of your stomach at the same time. So that is something I don't know if I'm gonna get used to, because you'll feel it like at the top of your stomach and like at the bottom of your tummy at the same time. Marley is, baby B, in my opinion, is more active, but I think she's just a little bit bigger than Mila right now. So that could be it. It's just like once they get to the right size, then they'll both be they'll both be as active. But every time we see them on the ultrasound, Mila is kind of like laying down chilling, and Marley is sitting up. So that's why I think she's a little more active, or I can feel her more. And that's kind of the difference between the two. Baby B, which is Marley, is a little more active in my opinion. And then the last question is, how does Maverick feel? Is he excited? So now we're gonna let him answer that question.
Hi, I am Everton and I am 4 years old.
Are you excited about your baby sisters?
Sure.
Are you excited to be a big brother?
Sure.
And what are you going to do for the twins when they get here?
I'm going to change their diapers, take a shower with them, and what else?
Are you going to play with them?
Yeah.
Do you love them already?
Yeah.
Say, I love you, Mila and Marley.
I love you, Mila and Marley.